And for more on this most recent flare-up in tensions, I spoke a brief time ago with Robert Danin, a senior fellow for Middle East Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations. The Palestinian president says that Israel closing the Al-Aqsa Mosque is tantamount to a declaration of war. You're just back from Israel and the West Bank. Did it feel like that to you?
The situation in Jerusalem and the West Bank is very tense. You have a series of incidents that have taken place over the last few weeks. Indeed, ever since the summer, Jerusalem has been simmering, and what we're seeing is a slow boil, really.
For more than 20 years, you've been a diplomat at the heart of Middle East policy. Following the Gaza conflict this summer, have you ever seen such a low ebb in Israeli-Palestinian relations?
Well, the situation now is very, very depressing on the ground because you have a combination of very bad circumstances, be it in Gaza, be it in the West Bank, be it in Jerusalem, and no political horizon, no clear way forward to resolve the crisis. And this is leading to a real sense of despair on both sides.
And also a crisis in US-Israeli relations, with an anonymous White House official describing Benjamin Netanyahu as a very rude, unprintable version of a coward. Is that the administration's frustration just spilling over?
There's a lot of frustration on both sides, both in Israel and in the United States. You talk to officials in the White House or in the Prime Minister's office, and there's a lot of mutual recrimination. What's problematic here is that they're conducting their attacks in public rather than talking behind the scenes as they should be.
And why do you think the Israelis are carrying on with the settlement building when they know that it infuriates Washington and, of course, alienates the Palestinians?
It's really about domestic politics for Prime Minister Netanyahu. He has a coalition and a party that is very beholden to the settlers, and it looks like Israel's headed for elections sometime in the next year or so. And so in the absence of any real external political process, it seems that the Prime Minister is basically kowtowing to the settler movement.
But won't Israel have to pay a price ultimately for alienating Washington?
It will, and it's something of real concern to many Israelis. It's something I think the Israeli government doesn't want, clearly, but when push comes to shove, all politics are local, and so it wants to really pay off its political base before it really deals with external issues.
And do you see anything on the horizon, any hope at all? I mean, the peace talks seem to be completely dead.
Well, I've been at this a long time. One always has to maintain hope. One can never say that there's no reason for despair. You have a majority of Israelis, a majority of Palestinians who still want a two-state solution. What is needed is some real leadership to help bring them forward.
But where do you see that leadership coming from?
It has to come both from their own peoples and from the United States, frankly. So in the short term, things don't look exactly promising, but one still has to hold out hope.
Robert Danin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.